United States. You from California, right?
Correct. Yes.
That's great. So Mrs. Lovers is an English teacher also online, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So Mrs. Lovers, can you explain to me how do you make student to be easy to speak English?
Well, I English isn't an easy language.
Okay.
Um, it's there are a lot of rules when it comes to grammar and exceptions to rules and speaking but uh, I guess it's partially a matter of practicing listening and learning vocabulary.
Yeah, learning vocabulary, yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes it's, we find the obstacle for learning English sometimes when the learner very hard to say something about English because they don't use English in their daily language. So we have a curriculum in Indonesia. They try to emphasize students try to speak in English in the school area, especially in national school, international school. Let me see that in international school. In this month, on May, I did the several of the demo teaching in some of the national plus school in Indonesia, like in international school 2 and national plus school 2. And as I see the English development in their school is really great. It means most of the students learn English, speak English in the school area for the teacher, and also for the lesson they speak in English. But yeah, I want
Mhm.
it happen too in the national school, in Indonesia, like that.
Um, I never even knew, but that's a good thing. That I, I think learning, especially multiple languages, is good to have.
Yeah, that's right. So, in this morning recently, I was interviewed by a Londoner and asked me to teach English online in his school and paid about $12 per hour. And I said, yes, that's a good opportunity. I would like to giving the teaching for online for your students from Medan, North Sumatra to Bali Island. It will be connected during the time 1 hour 30 minutes per day.
Hmm.
And then we are going to use the Zoom or Skype for the media, for the learning, something like that. So I think
Okay.
the development of language is very important. Probably I can, maybe if he asks me later, do you know American English teacher is well known that you know that close to you? Maybe I can offer you.
Maybe I don't know of. I mean, I'm sure there's other people. But I don't know. I can't think of any individual off the top of my head. Um, but like I said, that is a good thing, especially different countries with their education system. Some are better than others, so that's great.
So you have other activity instead of teaching too.
Yes, I do. I enjoy like my name says. I'm into all different kinds of music and singing. And
Singing, you can sing too.
yes, I can.
Would you like to sing a bit?
Um, uh, uh, oh, I guess um. So,
By the way, what kind of song do you like to sing, for example? I know you're very excited to sing the song that your favorite one. What is your favorite one?
um. Well, I have a lot of different music that I listen to, mainly English.
I
And
think improving English skill that from learning, improving English skill from listening to the songs and singing is very good idea, I think sometimes.
Yes, it can be. I have used songs to help students practice as well. So that's one thing.
For example, in my class, on the YouTube, I have a YouTube channel, Dedi English Class. There are several of the foreigners here I have been invited for teaching English too. But sometimes it means I try to do my programs in Indonesia. I try to introduce my friends from other country and to impact the school to learn English via online. It seems like Indonesian schools still refuse, but still they like the old-fashioned learning to study at school with the old style. They don't want to develop,
Hmm.
especially in private school in Indonesia. But it's not like a national plus school or international school. They are more developed. For example, I already did that, but one day they will realize that that is really important for the to know English not from Indonesian but from American. That is a good que-
You're
uh, that is a good question. Why? Why you know English from American, not from Indonesian? Like me, I learned
well.
English a long
There are
time ago.
different forms of English. That's why.
Yeah,
There's
I
lots
learned
of.
English, from Californian friend. Seriously.
Okay.
You check this is my YouTube daily English class. You see this one? This is in Bali Island, Udayana University. It was. Probably you can send me your video and you can make demo teaching, or maybe you introduce yourself on the video and then I will upload to the website. Probably maybe any student from Jakarta or Bali or Palembang of Indonesia around will try to contact me and I will let you know. Many students there. I have been teaching hundreds of students. Even some of my students have been become a good people, like pilot, like they become pilot, they become engineer. I'm 40 years old now.
Hmm. Oh, mm, um. So this link you just sent me.
Yeah, I have been teaching it so more than 15 years right now.
Oh, very
But
nice. Very well.
it
Very good.
seems it seems not getting rich. Not
You
getting rich.
mean you mean you're not getting many people, or the people? What do you
For
mean by
example,
it's not?
we make many people. Okay, I have many people in the class since 15 years ago until today. Maybe it's long time, but it sounds that to be teacher in Indonesia is not really good income like you to be teacher in USA. Okay, like a teacher in Japan. But of course the professional one like you, maybe that will be paid per hour. For example, like me, I try to do teaching on online class to Bali Island, and I will get $12 per hour. But if I do the job for 3 or 5 hours, that will be I can get 60 hours. 60 hours is just enough for living for 3 or 4 days in Indonesia, like that. Maybe in
Mm,
USA, $60 just for one day, right?
well, depending on what you use it for. I mean,
I know the living cost in your country very high, yeah.
well, in my state too, as well. California is very expensive.
In California, you live 3,000 to 5,000 per month, right? Approximately, I think.
Around that, I guess, depending again on your lifestyle too.
Mm, that's great. So I think you have a many friends in the Skype. You have many friends. You have a friend from Russia,
A favorite what?
a friend from Russia on Skype here.
I'm not a new one that I can think off the top of my head, but I have met people from Russia on here.
Okay. So you never been outside of US, visit other country, for example, like Asia. Never
No.
been. Why don't try?
I mean, I just haven't. I'm I
I
don't know.
think Indonesia is good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying other countries are not, but it's just hard for me to get around sometimes.
Yeah, for example, on the winter time is due to the November in your country, from October, winter time.
Like,
When you usually have winter
sorry.
time in your
There.
country? When you usually have winter
Um,
time in your country?
Winter is usually between November to February or even
Yeah, I know.
March, sometime around that area.
That sounds it's really good to come to Indonesia, I think. You try to see the sunrise and try to do sunbaths in on the beach, taking a look at people, drinking
Mm,
coffee. Yeah, that's really good idea, that. The living expense that's from US to Indonesia, probably with 5,000, 3,000 washing dishes in Cali or doing the physical job, maybe could be travel to Asia just like a king for 1 month.
hmm.
Seriously, because of different rates.
Oh, well, it's a thought.
So how about your education background? Did you pass the bachelor degree or just graduated from the high school?
um, no, I do have some credits from university. Not a degree yet, but I do have credits.
So you still go to university now?
Yes, I do.
Oh, great. What major you take?
Well, that's where I'm getting my hopefully becoming a teacher. But again, I'm not entirely sure. It could
Oh,
still be change, or it can still change.
English teacher from US is good. If you travel to China, if you travel to Japan, because mostly English teacher is required from the speaking English country like US, New Zealand, Canada, Australia. The price is really good. Probably you can be a teacher maybe in Japan.
It's maybe. I'm I'm
They
not
can pay you
entirely
high.
sure.
They can pay you high, but if you in Indonesia, maybe you will teach in Jakarta International School. It will be costly. The number one school in Indonesia is uh, very prestige and many rich people, ministry, children's study there. I think the salary of the teachers probably for international one it will be 5 or 3 thousands per month. And then you are native speaker. That's why they will pay you higher.
Mm, well, I mean, it's a thought, but I don't know if if I'm still gonna go for a teacher or something else. And
Do you learn Spanish too? In your in
I'm
your
still trying to learn Spanish. Still
yeah,
trying to
Spain
learn.
also is very important language. Uh, but if you to be the teacher of English in US, I think is not get many experience, but should go to other country like to yes, as I told you, Japan, uh, Switzerland maybe. Well, Switzerland is a good one, and then China probably. Yeah, Japan, Switzerland can be an option.
Um, mm, okay,
That's a really good idea. But how do I address your name?
Emma. My name is Emma.
Emma. Okay, Emma. E for England, M for Madrid, A for Amsterdam, right?
Two M's. EMMA.
Oh, Emma. So it will be two Mongolians, right?
Yes.
That's great. Yeah. Anyway, come to Indonesia, visit Bali.
Okay.
But I'm afraid you will forget to return to your home because that place is very interesting to many tourists. around the world. Especially, I remember the Obama, the U.S. president, uh, enjoyed on the beach drinking coconut, with the black glasses with his wife. Wow. Obama actually was in Indonesia when he was in the childhood, I think.
Mm.
So, Emma, you live with your parents in US.
I live on my own.
Oh, you live in your own? That's great.
Yes.
So, every day you have activity to go to college, right?
Actually, I've been doing it online, but sometimes I have someone help me get to the campus because
Oh,
I'm blind. It's for me, um, I have to rely on public transportation.
okay, that's great. Yeah, I know California is a really good place. I just remember California with the Stanford University, Berkeley, the best one, yeah. Okay, Emma, thank you very much for your
And thank
time.
you very much.
Maybe we can continue next time. You
Yeah,
can see
maybe so.
on my WhatsApp, on my YouTube. That's my number. You can add my number to your
I
WhatsApp.
unfortunately don't have WhatsApp anymore, but I will look at the YouTube link you sent me and I will share it.
Okay, just take a look on the YouTube. If you have an idea, you can put on your video, and I will upload to my YouTube. What do you think?
Uh,
Agree?
sure. Yes.
Okay, see you later.
All
Okay,
right. Have a good day.
have a good day.
Bye bye.